Well, good afternoon. My name is Theo Broughton.
I'm Christopher Broughton.
I'm his mother.
And I've been called a mother. But no, it's just...
Oh, Lord. How would you want to start this all over again?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My mom and my dad were my greatest heroes. And they were an amazing team. She supported my dad to the 100th degree and vice versa. They're, nothing closer than two heads on a pillow. And one of the things I am very thankful, they never told me I couldn't. They just told me that, hey, get out there and do it. But I had no choice but watching them go through everything they went through, and they never stopped. I mean, my father got sick at a young age from me, and it was very traumatic growing up, but he never stopped. He coached, he, did all these wonderful things, and she was, building credit unions and singing and doing real estate. And it was like, this is amazing. Very funny story. I remember, this is a good one. So I'm going through what I'm going through because I'm 18 trying to be a man. And I just graduated from high school early. And I already had in my mind I was going to New York. And because Mom always pushed me in all the things I did, from working in music to my acting to my stage performing. I remember I had gotten a house not far from my parents. I mean, I'm 18 years old, but in my mind I always knew that I could, and they helped me get this house. And I was going through growing pains, as most kids do. And my mom was going blind at that time, and but she could still see, and they just told her that she wouldn't be able to drive anymore. Now, they didn't know I was coming home, and I remember coming in the house, and my mother was upset. I never heard her upset before. I mean, not at me, of course, but just upset to where she was almost worried. And she was with my dad, who was alive at the time. And my father was in a wheelchair. And my mother was sitting with him in the wheelchair, and I came in the back, didn't know I was there. And she was upset because they told her she couldn't drive. My father could still drive. And I remember him saying to her, he says, "Don't worry, babe." He says, "I'm going to be your eyes, and you be my legs." That changed me. Because I thought, if they made it, I gotta make it.
When my son was born here, I moved here during the 50s. He was born, obviously, in the 60s. Shh, don't tell him that. And don't tell him that. And I stayed here because I was married here after school. So it's easy to meet people here, and you establish friendships, and the units of friendships have a lot in common. So I guess I could say that's what encouraged me to stay here at that time. It was fantastic, actually, because our philosophy in raising our children was you allow them to make decisions, to create, because that's how they mature. And Chris always wanted to create. One day, I was in the kitchen, and he came in, and he says, "Mom," I said, "Yes." He says, "We've been going to," he and his older sister had been going out to this radio station location because they were doing a fundraiser for kidney patients through haunted houses. So they had volunteered to work with the radio station volunteers to raise the money for kidney patients. And it was way out, now 20 miles. Seemed like the other side of the world. He says, we don't have a haunted house in our neighborhood for the children who live around here to enjoy. He says, I want to start a haunted house. I said, what? He said, yeah. I said, Chris, I don't know anything about running a haunted house. I do. Of course, he'd been volunteering, right? I says, oh, okay. So he went and asked his dad. And I said, he okay. He would do that. So I started asking friends of mine, and we got this house. It was a haunted looking house too. It was 3 stories plus an attic, and it used to be a numbers place and a bordello and whatever else they did in there. And I got permission because it was shut down. I got permission for us to use the place, and he got volunteers from his classmates and schoolmates and all of that, and we all gathered there. And friends of mine came. They ran a wire so that you have the kind of construction lights throughout the place, so that they could go through and set it up with the spooky looking things that scare people to death. So anyway, this is an amazing place, and it was on Garfield near Wayne State University. But next to this house was a brick building that was only 2 stories tall. And I thought, well, that's really strange. It shared a common wall. Well, come to find out, that place had been used as a booking joint. It had no steps to the 2nd floor. I thought, well, that's weird. But what they used it for was get the numbers on the 1st floor, the bookkeepers on the 2nd floor, and if the police came, they ran out of the 2nd floor into the house, out the back door onto the next street. I said, that was smart. So, of course, they set that up as part of the haunted house too. We had one of the channels that came out, and people were wrapped around the block. It was a lot of fun. My husband decided that he would be one of the escorts in the waiting room. We took 10 at a time. He had on this cape, he had on these fangs, and he had hair glued to the back of his head. This young girl and her boyfriend were the last couple in line. He walked up behind him and he stood there. Everybody's looking forward, ready to go. And this girl, I guess she realized she was waiting, where's my boyfriend? So she reached out to grab his hand, and my husband put his hand there, and she touched the hair on the back of his hand and turned around, and he said, and the fangs showed, and she was screaming and started and her boyfriend's like, what's wrong with you? Now, that's a creation of Christopher Broughton. This is one of the things that he did. There are many others, but it was a wonderful, wonderful time. We went out to the cider mill afterwards, all of the classmates and schoolmates, and the oldest cider mill in the state. Really nice, nice place, a lot of fun. What's new? Listen, Hood Research has been having its regular think tank meetings, and we've been talking about the kind of agenda we want to follow in 2018. We know that our congressman has retired, and that the head of the district, the 13th district, did something that nobody approves of, and that was told the governor, you don't have to have a special election in a hurry. We can go along being taxation, they say, without representation for almost a year. It's like he's out of his mind. So anyway, what we want to do now is encourage people to begin vetting of those that they would like to vote for as the next member of the United States Congress. That's one of the things that we're doing. Within our community, we are gearing up to support a new business that we're expecting to come to our community, which will definitely improve the quality of life right here. I'm looking forward to it. And we have a meeting on the 2nd Saturday of each month, and we encourage people to come out. And our meetings are from 2 to 6. People say, 2 to 6? I said, yes, it takes you all forever to get here, first of all. But those who are in the meeting participate. They bring information that they have gathered to share. And I don't sit as a dictator. in the meeting and just say, listen to me. I want to hear what you have to say, what you have to say, and what you have to say. And oftentimes they have some information that has not been shared or heard. You see, the syndicated media doesn't know everything, particularly what's going on within the community where we live. And we look forward to being able to do that. We encourage people of all ages to join us, and particularly the young members of our community, because we need to be shoulder to shoulder, not I'm above you, you're above me, or sit down, I don't want to hear from you. We need to work together to make things better. So that's just a few things that we're doing.